The world of Warcraft is calling, once again. Step into the story, follow our hosts, and let every sentence guide you deeper into Azeroth as you gain a little more power in English.
Listen along and you'll naturally pick up these expressions. Play the long game means to make choices based on long-term goals instead of short-term rewards. Apprehension means anxiety or fear about something that may happen in the future. Put the problem in a box means to mentally set a problem aside for the moment instead of letting it affect you emotionally. Lieutenant means a person who acts as the main assistant or trusted subordinate of a leader, also a military rank. Hold one's own means to successfully defend yourself or compete without being overwhelmed. Remove something from the board means to eliminate an option, threat, or piece from a situation or strategy. Tendril means a thin, curling strand that stretches outward, often from a plant, smoke, or hair. Nightmare fuel means something so disturbing or creepy that it could cause nightmares. On brand means perfectly matching someone's usual personality, image, or style. Interrogate means to question someone aggressively or in great detail to get information. The following are special terms from the World of Warcraft universe. You don't need to memorize them, but understanding what they mean will help you enjoy today's episode. Dreadlord, a highly intelligent demon that manipulates others through lies, fear, and corruption. Pit Lords, massive, warlike demons that specialize in brute force, destruction, and leading armies. Respawn, to reappear or come back after being killed or defeated in a game. Agramar, a Titan warrior and one of the strongest champions of the Pantheon. Mardoom, a prison world created to contain dangerous demons. Plane of Banishment, a separate dimension used to imprison powerful beings so they cannot escape easily. Okay, let's begin today's adventure. Hi, Torin.
Hey, Leora. Welcome back to WoW Chronicles.
Episode 2. And I have to say, this one gets heavy.
Heavy how?
Last time, we ended with Sargeras setting out to fight demons. He was noble, brave, the greatest defender the Pantheon had.
Right, the hero.
Yes, but today's story is about what happens when a hero sees too much darkness, when fear starts to change the way you think.
So this is where things start to go wrong.
Not all at once, that's the thing. Sargeras doesn't wake up one day and decide to be evil. It happens slowly, layer by layer.
Layer by layer?
Yes, each new horror he faces adds weight, and eventually that weight becomes too much.
All right, let's follow those steps.
Before we dive in, let's remember where we left off. The Void Lords, these dark beings in the void, wanted to corrupt a sleeping Titan before it woke up.
To turn a Titan into their weapon.
Exactly. But the Void Lords couldn't enter the physical universe easily, so they created dark creatures and hurled them across space, hoping some would crash into worlds with sleeping Titans inside.
The old gods.
Right. But at this point, the Pantheon didn't know about the Void Lords or the old gods yet. They were focused on a different threat.
Demons.
Demons, born from the twisting nether, full of hate, rage, and the desire to destroy all life.
Not exactly friendly neighbors.
Not at all. Demons came in many forms. Some were like wild beasts, violent and mindless. Others were smarter and far more dangerous.
Like the Nathrazim.
Yes, the Nathrazim, also called Dreadlords. They were cunning, manipulative. They loved sneaking into civilizations, turning people against each other, and watching everything fall apart from the inside.
So they were playing the long game.
Right. While the Nathrazim worked quietly, other demons were more direct. The Pit Lords, for example, were massive and brutal. They enslaved weaker demons and used them to attack mortal worlds.
So demons were spreading across the universe.
Yes, and the Pantheon feared demons would disrupt their search for sleeping titans, so they sent their greatest warrior to stop them.
Sargeras.
Sargeras. Even among the Titans, he stood out, unmatched in strength, unshakable in courage. He set out into the great dark and promised he wouldn't stop until every demon was gone.
That sounds heroic, also kind of impossible.
At first, Sargeras didn't see it that way. He believed the universe could be protected. He believed evil could be defeated.
So he was full of hope.
Yes, and that's important to remember. This was not a dark, angry warrior looking for a fight. This was a protector who loved life.
What happened when he started fighting?
At first, he won, again and again. Demons were violent, but most of them were disorganized. Sargeras cut through them easily.
So he was cleaning house.
Yes.
Quick English note. Cleaning house means getting rid of a lot of problems quickly. It does not mean Sargeras had a broom.
No broom, just a Titan blade.
Much scarier.
But victory did not feel simple for long. Sargeras saw what demons did to the worlds they touched.
What did he see?
Cities burned down to ash, civilizations turned into empty ruins, innocent people twisted into hateful creatures, whole worlds left broken.
That is not just war. That is a kind of spiritual damage.
Exactly. And this was the first crack. Not in his strength, in his heart. Before this mission, Sargeras had never truly imagined that such evil could exist.
Even for a Titan, seeing that would change you.
It did. He still believed in his mission. But now the mission felt heavier. Every destroyed world reminded him, if he failed, life would suffer.
So his sense of duty became more intense.
Yes, he wasn't just fighting to win anymore. He was fighting because he was terrified of what would happen if he lost.
That's a dangerous kind of pressure.
Very dangerous. And then came the second crack.
Let me guess. The void.
Yes. As Sargeras fought, he noticed something strange. Some demons were using void energy.
Wait. Demons from the twisting nether were using power from the void.
They were, so Sargeras investigated. He followed the traces of that dark power back to its source.
The Void Lords.
Yes, and when Sargeras discovered them, he realized they were far more dangerous than any demon.
So suddenly, the demon war became part of something bigger.
Exactly. Sargeras started asking questions he couldn't answer. What were the Void Lords planning? What were they building toward? He was troubled, deeply troubled, but didn't break yet. He kept fighting.
So he still believed the universe could be saved.
Yes. In fact, when he looked at the healthy worlds the Pantheon had shaped, worlds where life was blooming, he felt peace. He saw what he was protecting.
So it wasn't hate driving him. It was love.
Exactly. His love for life pushed him forward. But apprehension and love were starting to live side by side in his heart.
That's an important shift.
It is. At first he fought because he believed in order. Then he fought because he had seen horror. Now he feared what the void might do next.
Layer by layer, the mission is changing him.
Yes, and the war added another layer.
What happened?
Demons kept attacking, and to Sargeras' frustration, he started recognizing some of them.
He'd fought them before.
Yes, he had destroyed their bodies in the physical universe, but their spirits had returned to the twisting nether, and later they were reborn in new forms.
So they respawned.
In gaming terms, yes.
And respawn means to come back to life after dying, usually in a game.
Right. For demons, death in the physical universe wasn't always permanent.
That must have been maddening. You win the battle, but the enemy isn't truly gone.
Exactly. Sargeras didn't know the full rule yet, that demons had to be killed inside the twisting nether to die forever. From his point of view, his whole strategy was failing.
So winning battles wasn't enough.
No, he needed a way to contain them.
Like putting the problem in a box.
Exactly. A very large, very dangerous box.
That sounds like a terrible idea. And also the only idea he had.
That is fair. The Pantheon saw the growing problem and sent another Titan to help him, Agrimar.
So Sargeras was not alone anymore.
No. Agramar was younger and less experienced, but he learned quickly. He became Sargeras' trusted lieutenant.
His right-hand man.
Yes, and with Agramar able to hold his own, Sargeras had time to study the twisting nether more closely.
What did he learn?
He learned how to shape some of its energies, and he used that knowledge to forge something incredible, a prison inside the twisting nether itself.
A prison for demons.
Yes, he called it Mardoom, the plane of banishment, a pocket dimension where nothing could escape. Demons trapped there would never return.
So instead of killing demons again and again, Sargeras could remove them from the board.
Exactly, and that changed the war. Demon attacks became less common. Worlds had time to recover.
So for a while, it worked.
For a while. But Mardoom also became terrifying. More and more demons filled the prison. Their fell energy built up until the prison itself burned like a green star in the great dark.
That is metal.
Very metal.
And metal here means intense, dark, and kind of awesome. Not the material.
Right. With Mardoom holding the demons, Sargeras and Agramar brought peace to the cosmos.
Peace sounds good.
It was a kind of peace.
A kind of peace sounds like you are choosing those words carefully.
I am. Demon attacks were rarer, and many Titan-shaped worlds prospered. But Sargeras had not forgotten the void. He had not forgotten the question that haunted him.
Did he find the answer?
Yes, and soon he would see the answer with his own eyes.
Here we go.
As the Pantheon continued searching for world souls, Sargeras and Agramar kept hunting demons. They agreed they could protect more worlds if they worked separately.
So they split up.
Yes, they would only call each other in times of great need. And for Sargeras, that decision led him to a remote corner of the Great Dark.
What did he find?
A black, dead world. Cold void energy poured from it. The planet looked dry, ruined, and deeply wrong.
That doesn't sound good.
It wasn't. Across the surface, Sargeras saw enormous beings he had never encountered before. They were buried in the planet, like living wounds.
The old gods.
Yes, the old gods had embedded themselves into the world and covered it in void energy.
So this wasn't just a normal corrupted world.
No. And then Sargeras realized the worst part.
There was a world soul inside.
Yes, he could sense it, dreaming deep within the core.
But not good dreams.
Not the bright, joyful dreams he knew from other young Titans. These dreams were dark, horrific, full of shadow. The old god's tendrils had reached deep into the sleeping Titan's spirit.
Nightmare fuel.
Exactly. Here comes the third crack. First, Sargeras saw what demons did to life. Then he discovered the Void Lords behind a deeper corruption. Then he learned demons could return after death. But this was different.
He felt the pain of his kin. Were the old gods alone there?
No. A group of Nathrazim, Dreadlords, had also found the Black World. They were living among the old gods, feeding on their dark power.
Of course the Dreadlords were there. That's very on brand.
Very on brand.
What did Sargeras do?
He captured the Dreadlords. Then he interrogated them.
Interrogated. That means questioned them hard to get hidden information.
Yes, and Sargeras was not gentle. The Dreadlords broke. They told him everything they had learned.
What did they say?
They revealed the full horror of the Void Lord's plan. If the Void corrupted a sleeping Titan, that Titan would awaken as something unspeakably evil. No power in creation, not even the Pantheon, could stand against it.
Not even the Pantheon?
Not even them. In time, that dark Titan would consume all matter and energy in the universe. Everything would fall under the will of the Void Lords.
So this wasn't just one world at risk. It was everything.
Everything. And in that moment, Sargeras, the undefeated champion of the Titans, knew fear for the first time.
That line hits hard.
It should. Sargeras had faced demons for ages. He had seen destroyed worlds. He had fought things most beings couldn't even imagine. But now he saw a future where all of creation could be lost.
And he believed no one could stop it if it happened.
Yes, that belief is the turning point. Fear didn't make him weak, it made his thinking narrow.
Narrow how?
He stopped seeing many possible answers. He saw one terrible danger and one terrible solution.
Kill the corrupted titan before it wakes.
Exactly. Rage and grief burned through him. He destroyed the Dreadlords in a single blow.
He wasn't just fighting enemies anymore.
No, he was acting from fear, fury, and heartbreak.
Then he turned to the planet.
Yes, and his heart ached because he knew there was a sleeping titan inside, a life that should have awakened, a future member of his own kind.
But he also believed that if it woke up corrupted, the universe was doomed.
That was the choice in front of him. Try to save the sleeping titan and risk everything, or destroy the world and stop the nightmare from rising.
There was no clean answer.
No, but Sargeras chose.
What did he do?
He raised his blade and split the world in two.
The whole planet.
The whole planet. The explosion destroyed the old gods and their void energies, but it also killed the sleeping titan within.
That's the first truly irreversible step.
Yes, Sargeras had killed a world soul to prevent something worse.
And once you make a choice like that, it changes what you believe is possible.
Exactly. This is the moment his path begins to bend. He hasn't fully become what he will become, but something inside him has shifted.
Because now he knows he's willing to destroy life to protect life.
Yes, and that idea is dangerous.
It sounds almost logical at first, which makes it scarier.
That's the tragedy of Sargeras. His first terrible act came from love, fear, and the desire to protect creation. But fear can turn protection into control, and control can turn into destruction.
So this episode isn't about Sargeras becoming evil overnight.
No, it's about the seed of that fall. The moment he learned to fear the void more than he trusted creation.
Does the Pantheon know yet?
Not yet, but they will. And when they learn what Sargeras has done, the question will be simple and terrible.
That's a rough place to end.
It is, but it's the right place. Next time, we'll follow what happens when the Pantheon learns the truth, and we'll see how the defender of the Pantheon moves closer to becoming its greatest enemy.
Heavy stuff.
Very heavy. But this is where the fall of Sargeras truly begins.
All right, that's it for today's episode. If you enjoyed this one, subscribe so you don't miss what comes next.
And drop us a comment. Would you have made the same choice as Sargeras? We'd love to know what you think.
See you next time.
See ya.